There's always like these people who have a sales pitch, and you can tell right away that they're going off a script that was practiced.
This is not a dream.
Vlogs, I feel, on the other hand, are the opposite of an advertisement. It's a person being personable about subjects, or I find interesting if they're edgy, but what you're calling edgy gets flagged. And so that's why this guy said online that anything he's saying, he's getting indicted for. I just want to know what I'm putting into my body. When it comes to like veggie meat, I want the meat that tastes most like an actual one. This is gourmet, so if you're waiting for something a long time, you'd expect it to be gourmet, right? Subjectively. Primarily, verbatim. The word verbatim means that like it's not a status quo, that's more primary. Verbatim means the exact wording that you just said. So ending a sentence with verbatim and you're giving a directive, it only enhances it. But showing what inflammation is versus what filler is, it's almost as if they go hand in hand. Because the best bang for your buck is what everyone wants, but for a quick fix that leaves you feeling bad afterwards is kind of like rough, because I think inflammation isn't handled right with filler. Filler and ingredients. We're talking GMO, and people are like, give me my GMO. And is it all veggie meat, just a different type of GMO? What are we talking, soy? So I have a stance that I take, and it has to do with tally marks. Whenever there's like a odd thing occurring, I like to make note of it, because if you don't, then you'll end up under a massive placebo effect. The wool over the eyes in the Bible. And so, or actually it's scales over the eyes in the Bible. Wool over the eyes with wolves in sheep's clothing. And I'm not trying to be pragmatic, but here's the gist. There's capatnance plates, and I took a picture of one. It's interesting in environments where there's a difference of light and dark. And this one picture is particularly interesting because it has depth to it, where one of the beams, or columns rather, could be larger than the one closer at hand. But it might not look that way just because it's at length. And if none of this makes sense, capacitance plates are what batteries are made out of, positive and negative. You put those plates close enough and some adjuvant between it, aka battery acid, and you've got yourself what capacitance plates fire off from. And batteries are huge. In the Matrix, it's what was the hypothesis of Morpheus. And so if you're, this is what people say, I'm very super famous. A lot of people know I exist. If you are not, so you are shit. That's like real facts. And so in the bigger scheme of things, it's what legacy you leave. But here's this pictorial of a dragon. There's so many people who tried slaying it, and there's just skeletons everywhere because they're fodder. But I'm learning how to become a gatekeeper so then I can not be a jobber. And in understanding what cranes are. Trucks always have like cranes in the backs of them. These giant pieces of metal slabs hanging out. They're ostensibly forklifts, hybrids that are the size of cranes, miniature ones. And I've seen this. I've tried to photo capture them countless times, but I think that's huge when we're talking about capacitance plates, because that's one thing that is timeless. When life gives you obstacles, it's hard to wrap your head around it. No, life can throw anything at you, and you've got to learn how to wrap your head around it. It's stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? Stuff